Hello, hello, hello. Hello, hello, hello. I hope everyone's doing well. Good morning. We're brunching. We're brunching today. Yeah? So happy to see you all. I hope you're doing well. I hope you're doing well on this Saturday morning. Are we brunching? Are we getting it together, ladies? I surely do hope so. Now, what's the tea? What's the tea? What's going on? Are we getting into good trouble this weekend? Please let me know. I want to know. Hello, Kathleen. Good to see you, girl. Hey, Janelle. Hey, Glam Gal. Janae said, I just joined Hinge again because of you. Girl. Hinge is a mess. Hey, Jezzy. Hey, Rebby. Hey, Georgia. Hey, Jordan. Good to see you. Lina said it's dry out there. The apps are horrific. Honey, let me tell you something. Oh, before I get into it, girl, because you know I like to get into it. Well, let me just get into it. Honey, y'all gonna have to go outside. May is for going outside. May and June, honey, we outside. Yes, online, offline, you want to do both, but no, girl, you need to be outside. If you're not outside, what are you doing? It's May. Don't act like it's March 2020 and everybody's gonna die from COVID. Okay? Thank you. Now, for those of you that don't know me, my name is Coach Anwar, Dating Coach Anwar. I am a dating coach for Black and brown women. I help them heal their hearts and get into the best relationship of their lives. I haven't come on in the morning in a while. I used to do it all the time. But I was like, oh my God, I haven't been on live in so long. Girl, I've been working out. Because of the whole viral situation, I have been so booked and so busy and bringing on so many new ladies to help them get into their love life. I've just been so stretched. But I'm here and queer. And I'm ready to help you with your love life. So if you're not used to being on here, this is how we do things. You put your questions in the chat and I answer them in the order that I see them. Now, there might be a lot of people that are in here. There's 300, but generally, sometimes it gets to like 1,400 and it starts going like crazy. So sometimes I might miss questions. If I do, just put them in there again. I hope to get to them. And if there's anything that I say that like really resonates with you or you feel like I'm spilling true tea, true tequila, tap, double tap, triple tap that screen. I want you to Vogue on the screen. Can you do that? Because I know most of y'all are gay anyway, no shade. Oh my gosh. Okay. Am I starting up? Am I starting up already? Girl. I mean, I don't know what to say. Someone said, don't clock my tea. I mean, y'all are just between all this rhetoric about the DL whisper, the DL, honey, y'all up in it. Yeah? Yeah. It's a mess, honey. It's a mess. Okay, someone said you have so many questions. Okay, girl, put them in there. Someone said, no, we're not, friend. Girl. Okay, if that one time in college doesn't count, then no, you're not. But if it does, then most y'all are. Okay, let me see what y'all are talking about because I already know y'all talking about some mess, honey. Do you have your mimosas? Okay, someone said BLK is the worst. It is the worst. I would not recommend that app to my worst enemy. One time, my client was like, hey, I really want to just get some more diversity. So she was on BLK. Within 15 minutes, she was chatting with a guy, and he said, well, I'm married, but I would love to come and see you. Girl. And I don't use this word a lot, but I'm going to use it. BLK is ghetto. BLK has a lot of people on it that, you know, those people in our family that we don't really talk about too much because they're on their journey. BLK has a lot of those. That cousin you don't talk talk to when they come into the family gathering? He's on BLK. Yeah? Yeah. So many of you are saying, shh, my show is on. Am I a show, girl? Am I a show? Okay. Someone said, are you Arab? I've had a lot of Arabs in me. Does that count? Does it count, girl? I'm in the living room, so I can't. Girl, my kids can come in at any moment, so I can't be talking all the mess like I usually do. I can't like give you all the tea, honey. Okay, does it count? Give me a yes if it counts. Arab by injection, does it count? I need to know. Someone said, are you Jewish? Lahaim. Again, Jewish by injection. Yeah. Why not? I'm every woman. Oh. I'm mixed. Honey, that's why. Honey, what do they call it, girl? I like, I'm I have to get it all, honey. It's all in me. Okay, let me see what the questions are, honey. Y'all getting me started up already. Okay, before we get into it, should we be listening to neo soul or R&B? There are no other options. I'm not a rap girl. I'll leave that to the Shade Room girls. I'm an R&B and I'm a neo soul girl. And I'm not in the mood for any alternative rock or metal. Okay, so neo soul or R&B. Okay, we'll do some neo soul. Okay, because y'all serving Jill Scott this morning. Okay, when are we gonna meet your mom? Girl, stop. Actually, in June, she's gonna come with me to one of my clients' weddings, and so we might go live then. How does that sound? Okay, let me see what y'all are talking about. Okay, socially anxious, how do I go about dating? Well, I think it's helpful for the socially anxious girls. Make sure that a lot of your interactions start online. It's actually going to help you get more comfortable chatting with people so that when you are meeting them in real life, you've already had all of this experience with them. So that's number one. Number two, before you go and meet anyone, make sure that you have a phone call and even a FaceTime date so that, again, you can have that level of comfort and trust before meeting them so that when you do meet them in real life for the first time, you're not... Y'all keep on saying socially anxious. It's just weird, girl, right? We start to act out, we start to freak out, we start to not be ourselves, and we start to weird out. So that's what I think is really important here. The other thing for my socially anxious girls, because I do want to be a little bit more sensitive on a Saturday morning, is go out with friends. Go out with friends so that you're not hyper-focused on what's happening externally, that you can kind of stay in your microcosm of a world and just have a good time and radiate the energy to attract people to come toward you. Yeah? Okay, let me see what other questions we have, ladies. Thoughts on dating Jewish men? I mean, I'm like, if you're black... If you're black, you need to be you need to be dating a variety of different people, but definitely Jewish guys. I mean, right now they've gone down on the list, but Jewish guys, Italian guys, redheads, European men, those are my top. Honey, if he's got that little hat right here, right, honey, I'm in like Flynn. I'm trying to figure out what's going on. I'm doing a Charlotte, honey. I might just convert, girl. I don't care. I'm doing it. What did LL say? Doing it and doing it and doing it well. Get into it, honey. I need a lot of black Jewish kids in the next 20 years from y'all. Yeah? Okay. Let me see what y'all are talking about. What's your take on age gaps? Well, I think it's really important for black women to date younger men. Similar to what Tracy Ellis Ross said, most of my clients are getting into relationships. We get women into relationships every other day in my program, but most of them are getting with men that are 3 to 6 years younger than they are. So don't shade those young boys that are hollering. Also, like when you're dating and they're like significantly younger, girl, entertain them, engage with them. Like talk your ish. Okay? So I would say like, plus 10 years minus 5 years. That's kind of the range. But if you're like 50 plus, I would actually say like flip that. Plus 5 years minus 10 years. Yeah? Okay, let me see what y'all talking about. Oh my god, where are the questions? What are your best tips for the date range for tall women? What do you mean date range? What does that mean? For my tall women, I really want y'all to date everybody. I know I have a number of ladies that are 5'10" or up in my program. My whole thing is like, if he can pick you up, then he's all right in my book. I think a lot of tall women want to feel feminine and they haven't felt feminine. And so they think that having someone taller is going to make them feel feminine. But what I want to offer to you all that may feel or think that way is that femininity comes from within you. It's not his job to make you feel feminine. That's your job. And if you need help with doing that, we can definitely help you. If you go to the link in my bio, you can book a consultation call, and we can talk through how to do the deeper work so that we don't feel like we need men to feel a certain way, that those feelings are coming from within you. So that's really what it's about at the end of the day. Lilia said, how to feel our feminine energy. So great question. A lot of the work that we do is actually healing your mother wound. Why do I say that? I say that because a lot of black and brown mothers are very much in their masculine energy and serve as a model for you to navigate the world. Also, a lot of our parents are very hard on us growing up. It's hard to be in your feminine energy when someone is very strict and hard with you. So part of this work and what we do in my program is we heal that little girl inside. We talk to her, we engage with her, we make her feel safe. Because here's the thing. If y'all want to continue to be in your masculine energy, which probably has driven a lot of professional success for you, if you're bringing that energy into a relationship, what will generally happen is that you will attract more feminized men, and or you will attract hyper toxic masculine men thinking that they're going to keep you safe, and they're not. They're actually going to try to forcibly submit you into your feminine. If you've had that experience, let me know in the chat. I want to see what the tea is. And if you've had those experiences, you need to know that means you're probably in your masculine. Yeah? Someone said this is too loud. Yeah, honey, this is your morning wake-up call. What did they say in Sister Act? Wake up, you sleepyhead. Wake up, you sleepyhead. Wake up, you sleepyhead. Wake up, you sleepyhead. Someone said, I just described their baby daddy. Okay. Someone said, I always meet the betas. Because girl, you the alpha. Someone said, acting feminine attracts masculine men. The whole thing, ladies, is that if you feminine, you don't have to act feminine. You just are. And I know how ironic it is for a gay man to be telling women about being in their feminine energy, but as someone who flows between the masculine and the feminine very easily, I know how to work it on both sides. I mean, I think that's what makes me an amazing dating coach, because I'm able to see these different perspectives where it might be hard for other people too. Yeah, so we got to get into our femme. We have to. We have to if we want masculine, energetic partners. It's 2025. You get to do whatever the hell you want, right? But the choice is that if you stay in your masculine, honey, no shade, you're going to have to get with some male kindergarten teachers or some male nurses. Okay? Yeah, that's what it looks like. Okay, let me see what else y'all talk about. Ketoven said, OMG, I've been going through it as a dark-skinned woman in Philly, shaking my head. Okay, so if you're in Philly, make sure that your radii are very big. You need to hit Jersey. You're going to get more life in Jersey than in Philly. So that's probably where you're going to get your people. If you're in Jersey, a lot of my Jersey girls get with guys from Queens. And a lot of my Queens and Long Island girls get with guys that are in Jersey. Philly the same way. Garganza said, do you suggest dating while still living with family? I think it's important for you to have an exit plan. The thing about living with family is that it's always going to force you to be in your little daughter energy. And if you're going to have a successful relationship, you have to be in your woman or queen energy. Girl, we can't be sneaking men into our room as if we were 14 years old. No shade, that's lame, right? You want to be able to have a nice charcuterie board, have a nice evening with your people all around the house, not just in your room. So part of this work is making sure that you are ready to be in a full-fledged relationship. So I would have a plan. That's all I would say. Rising Libra said, love the episode with you and Low Key Pros. Yeah, that's my girl. I love that she gives the girl flirting tips because, no shade, a lot of women, specifically black and brown women, don't know how to flirt and don't know how to banter. And so what we try to do in the program is give you ways to think about it, ways to do it. Shall we talk a little bit about flirting and banter? And what I've learned too is the reason why people, especially women of color, don't know how to flirt and banter is because for their entire lives, they've been taught that they have to be serious and that they have to be respected. And in reality, what happens is men will actually engage and be connected with you faster if you know how to flirt and you know how to banter. I think a lot of people project that in thinking because men are flirting and bantering, they think that men are actually very unserious. So when they think about themselves flirting or bantering, then they feel unserious as well. But the girls that are flirting and bantering, they get a man because they actually know how to deeply connect with them. It's the fastest way. A lot of the smart girls like to talk about this deep talk and, universe philosophies and stuff like that. Girl, you can't get there unless you've engendered a level of trust within the connection. And the fastest way to get there is by bantering and flirting. Do y'all know how to banter? Do you know how to flirt? If you don't know, then give me a hashtag what? Yeah. Yes, honey. Hashtag what? Hashtag what? Hashtag what? What? Oh my God. Oh my God. So many whats. Oh my gosh. I'm getting overwhelmed. Oh my God. Look at all the whats. Oh my God. What? Do you see all these whats, ladies? So I think it's important to understand that you're not alone. You're not alone in not understanding how to navigate this. A lot of people ask me, why are you a dating coach for black and brown women? It is because they have unique challenges that are actually preventing them from getting their people, getting their guys. Right? Yeah. Okay. Let's do a little flirt, because this is like my favorite part, to like talk with the boys. And they are boys, by the way, ladies. Yeah, a lot of the women, when you're engaging in your dating life, sometimes we bring a certain daughter energy into dating, and so we're treating a lot of these men as if they are our fathers and putting them on a pedestal, and they shouldn't be on a pedestal. So that is the first advice that is very important when you are bantering and flirting. They can't be on a pedestal. You actually have to be on the pedestal. You have to understand that you are the queen. If you all have ever seen that music video by Michael Jackson, Remember the Time, and Iman is on her throne and all of these men are coming and trying to entertain her, and she's saying yes or no, right? Or sometimes she's saying this. You have to have that level of like mindset if you're gonna do this right. Okay? Okay. So let's talk. You put yourself on a pedestal and then there's no roster. No. That's not it. The thing is, it's not about roster, right? You 5 steps ahead. It's not about men. This is about your interaction and the way that you connect with them. Because once you master that, you can get any roster. Many of you all are so focused on just getting the guys and getting the roster and meeting quality men. This stuff is not about that. My work is not about that. I want to be very clear about that. Because here's the thing, and I'm going to say this with love and respect. A lot of people, if your perfect person came today, you would not be ready to thrive in that relationship. And so my job as a dating coach is to get you ready for that best top relationship. Okay? And I'm saying that with no shade. I'm saying that with absolutely no shade. Okay? Very important. You can't banter? You can't flirt? If you can't banter and flirt now, how are you supposed to do that with your man? That's what it's about. He's not coming home because he wants to have intellectual debates with you. He can do that at work. He's coming home so he can have fun. He can chill. He can talk shit. And you got to be able to do it. I always tell the girls, you got to be homie, lover, friend. Homie, lover, friend. And some of us are just the homie. That's where you get friend zone. Some of us are the lover. That's where you get D'd down. And some of us are the friend, the nice girls that become counselors for the boys. You actually have to learn how to embody and encompass all 3 of those so that you can get it. Yeah? MG said, I really appreciate your honesty, supported with years of experience, relationship wisdom at its best. Someone said, I'm sick of being a counselor. Because you haven't mastered the other 2 things, lady. Yeah? And Max said, do you have sisters? I have 2. Yeah? So, that's what I'm talking about. And Bam said, OMG, I'm the counselor. Stop it. Stop it now. Stop it now. Don't counsel any men. That's not your job. Someone said, I'm Middle Eastern, but your content helped me a lot. Girl, Middle Eastern people are brown. Thank you. I'm done. Yeah. So, let's talk a little bit about talking your ish. Yeah? Let's talk a little bit about talking your ish, okay? Yeah, Josiane said, had my consultation yesterday. It was eye-opening. I know, girl. I mean, You better start working with us, girl. I will tell you right now, we are probably going to be sold out in the next week because of all the viral stuff that happened a couple of weeks ago. Like, yes, there was a lot of like negative talk or whatever, but a lot of women actually reached out and now we're working with them. So we're going to be sold out in about a week's time. I'm like 100% sure of it. So if y'all want to do this work, definitely, honey, book that consultation call. Book it, honey. Someone said, write a book. Girl, I just got an amazing agent. I have an amazing agent and who does Hollywood stuff, I connected with them because I want to make my book is already done. I'm already editing it. I had a meeting with an editor earlier this week, but I want to make my book into a movie. So, yes. Someone said publish that book. It'll come out in time, honey. It'll come out in time. SG62 said, Hollywood, stay away from it. Girl, I'm from Hollywood. I'm a bit of the Hollyweird. Yes, honey, we're going to make this book into a New York Times bestseller. Yeah. Okay. Let's get into bantering. And by the way, this book is going to be much better because it's really focused for Black women. I just want y'all to know this. I was just talking to my editor. I was telling her that this book is a mix of all about love and why do men love bitches. Honey, get you a dating coach that can do it all. Okay? We're not just going to be talking about like why things are hard, what is your lived experience as a woman of color, but also what the hell do you do in certain situations? Yeah? What do you do? Because most of us don't know how to date. Tap, double tap, triple tap the screen if I am speaking your truth. Yeah? Give me a hashtag not taught. And please spell taught correctly if you have not been taught how to date. And by the way, if you don't spell it correctly, I will kick you out of this live. Thank you. We do educated here. Yes, yes, yes. Okay. Yeah. I want y'all to know that most of y'all haven't been taught. So of course, like, how could you expect yourself to perform surgery if you never went to med school? It's nearly impossible. So I'm sharing this with you because I think a lot of our community doesn't understand, like, why would there ever be such a dating coach, right? Like, why do we feel like we need it? Because you never were taught that. And I hope that you see all of these women in here sharing that they haven't been taught, to know that you're not alone. Very important. Very important. Okay? Someone said, not taught, but I watch your content. I love that. But I will tell you that my content is like 5-10% of my actual program. My program has different frameworks, different ways to evaluate men, different scoring and evaluation systems, all of that. Yeah? So we get into it. Yeah. Okay. And so if you're interested, definitely book a consultation call. If you're not, you don't have to, honey. Like I said before, we literally almost completely booked. I actually think I might have to add another coach to my roster. Just because we have so many ladies that are rocking it out and ready to rock it out. Okay. So let's get into bantering and flirting, because most of y'all don't know how to do it. Yeah? And you have to do it if you are going to be considered someone that I want to spend the rest of your life with. Rest of my life with. Yeah? Yeah? Okay. So maybe what might be helpful is if I give examples and then in the chat you can share what you would say in that situation. Or why don't you put some examples of like different like things that guys say when you're out and about, and then we can figure out like what potential responses we can have. Okay? Yeah. Okay. Someone said, someone record, I have to go. Girl, all of these like lives are always put in my YouTube channel. Okay? Yeah. Okay. If someone says, oh, hey, you looking beautiful today. What are you going to say? Let me see in the chat. If a guy, like, you know, you're walking down the street and he says, oh, you look really beautiful today. What are you saying? Thanks, 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 thanks. C. That's a C. No. Nope. 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 That's no shade. That's mediocre. 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 Thanks is not enough. You hear me? Thanks is not enough. Someone said smile and say nothing. D. Just because you say thank you so much does not make it better. That's a C response. Someone said just for you. A minus. That's how you banter, honey. You gotta let them know. I'm here. I'm letting y'all have it. Someone said, do we think he's cute? It doesn't matter. Y'all are trying to marry and y'all need to just banter and flirt and connect and have fun. That mentality of, is this person going to be my husband, is going to kill you every time, right? You're looking very beautiful today. Oh, I'm sure you say that to all the beautiful women out there. Now we've challenged him. Now he has to prove that he doesn't, and he's just doing it for me. That's the A+ response, right? And now he has to give me another compliment, right? And ladies, just FYI, I'm not saying this to shade you all, but I want you to know where you are and where you might need to be. You hear me? Someone said, could I be like, do you compliment every woman you see? No. You didn't hear what I said. Do you compliment all the beautiful women? Because he needs to know that you already believe that you're beautiful. So in his mind, he's already know, oh, she gets this a lot. She's not fazed by me just calling her beautiful. Now he has to come even harder with a compliment. Yeah? Yeah. Do you see what we're doing here, ladies? Do you see how we gotta level up here? Yeah? Okay, someone said, I'm glad you agree. So that's a little bit like, oh, I'm full of myself, right? And when I give this feedback, I'm not shading, but I'm just gonna give you the perspective of, okay, she thinks she all that, all right? The way that you say, I'm glad that you agree, is everything, right? Because some of y'all have a very like over it tone, but if you're like warm, then you might be able to make it work, okay? Okay. What about saying I know? F. F, 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 F. Yeah? Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that. Girl, then dead. You deaded the conversation. Why? Because you haven't inspired him. You haven't inspired him. Men want to be inspired. Yeah? Yeah? Yeah, someone said just for you. Bomb. 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 Yes? Someone said thank you, handsome. So that's like a B minus response. And the reason why I say that is because when you are giving him a compliment after he's given you a compliment, you step down from your pedestal. And like I was just saying, you got to stay on your pedestal, girl. He's got to continue to prove himself, and you need to continue to challenge him. Right? But if you already given him the compliments, we're on the same page. It's giving separate but equal. Someone said his B is good though. Yeah, but girl, I'm honor roll. I'm an AP girl. Honey, I'm valedictorian. I'm not here for you all to be good. I'm here for you all to be great. I believe I'm the best out there, and I want you all to be the best as well. That's why I'm expensive. I'm not Walmart. So B is not good enough. I want great for myself and all of you out there. That's why we're having this conversation. Okay? I mean, do you have anyone else that's giving you this tea? Yeah? That's what I thought. Okay, give me another example, ladies. We'll do a couple more, and then I'm going to go, because, honey, she's a suburban mother of 3, and so we have dance, sleepover, drop-off, parkour, drop-off. Okay. Let me see. Exactly, honey. I'm Armiz. Get into it. Okay, give me some examples of like, okay, if he says you look like big money, then you do this. And you walk the hell on. That's not an example. We're not engaging in that. Okay. If he says that you're big money, then he has a small D and a small chance with you. Okay? We're not doing that today or ever. Okay? Okay. Give me another example. So, where do you find your situations that keep you stuck and like you're like, oh, I don't know what to do? Give me like a certain situation, like at the gym or at the grocery store or at church. Like, where do you find yourself and you're like, oh, I don't know what to do in this situation? Okay. Grocery store. Grocery store. Okay. What do these guys say at a grocery store? And then I can give you potential, and then we can see responses. Okay. So, if Mo Money, great example. So if you're walking on the street or you're at a grocery store and someone says, smile, you look so mean, what's your response? What's your response? When he says, smile, you look so mean. Someone said no response. Someone said I am. Someone said you first. Okay, that's good. When you say I am, that's a C minus response. Let's just assume that this guy is harmless, okay? Someone said I am mean. Okay. Well, girl, that's a D response. Girl, we're getting into responses here. Why do you care? Do you see how a lot of the responses, girl, we're playing defense? You're here. You know, most guys that say that, It is because they're actually interested in you and they want to know if you are a safe space for them to actually talk to and engage with. And you may not want to be messed with, and I want to offer that. But girl, if you play, defense doesn't win games in love. It wins games in basketball. Okay, someone said, oh, you'd notice. Yeah. Okay, Manny said depends. Okay, so that's engaged him. I'm giving that a B. What other responses? Bria said, do something to make me smile. So the intention of that is great, right? But we don't tell men what to do. That's a big turnoff. That's a big D downer. So I'm giving it a B minus. The way that we can engage that and said, how are you going to make me smile? Now he has to figure out what he can do to perform, to prove that he's worthy of being smiled to. Do you see how that works? Yeah? No, someone said give him a flirty smile. No, don't give him a smile. He hasn't earned the smile yet. Make him work for this smile. Someone said you haven't said anything funny. Again, do you see how defensive that is? Instead, we get to say, well, why don't you tell me your best joke, and then I'll see if I'll smile or not. Now he has to come up with an amazing joke. And then you can add something and say, like, don't mess it up. Right? Do you see that the energy is different and more playful? Angie said, damn, we're hurt out here. You see? Do you see the responses that most of you all are giving these men? So when you hear men and they say, oh, I don't want to approach women anymore, it's because when they do, they get that response. And they get it from 90% of you. Yeah, many of you all are hurt and terrified, and I want to honor that. Someone said, wow, damn, the communication may be our fault. This isn't about putting fault on anyone. This is about understanding where different people are coming from. Why men might not be approaching you as much in general from a cultural perspective, but also where you're at, right? When people on this chat are saying, I'm terrified, I'm tired, I'm honoring that. I get it. But I also want us to understand that we get to have fun. We get to engage, right? Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Someone said, maybe someone can turn it around. Perfect. Again, we've challenged him. Now he's got to come up with something. Let these men work for you. Let them work. Men love to work. Men at work. That's what they love. Make sure that they're doing it. Okay? Okay. So I'm hoping that this is helping you think about this a little bit differently. Yeah? Okay. Let me give... Someone said Manny had a good question. What is the question? Because we have about 1,400 people in here. And I can't find it. So can you put it back in here? Because I'm trying to look for it. Hey, Yolanda girl. Okay, wait. Okay, Manny said, what about you're so beautiful, there's no way you're single. Okay, great. So ladies, talk to me. When someone says you're so beautiful, there's no way that you're single. What's the response? And thank y'all so much for the 57,000 likes. Someone said, that's a hard one. Someone said, want to find out? Someone said, that stumps me every time. I don't know how to respond. Someone said, I am. Again, respectfully speaking, that's a C response. Someone said, men. Okay, that's a D minus response. Right? Again, when a guy comes up to you and says, oh my God, you're so beautiful. I think the statement was, I can't believe you're single. Yeah. Someone said, I know, right? I'm shocked too is a good one. Yes, it's a fun one, but it also gives like a little bit of deflection, and maybe I'm not self-aware, right? So I'll give that a B minus C plus. Bling started it off, but I'm gonna finish it. Bling Stalker said, the right one hasn't found me yet. Follow up, you get to say, are you the right one? Are you gonna change that for me? Now he has to think, well, maybe I can, maybe I can't. How can I do it? Right? Yeah, someone said, well, change it. Again, stop telling men what to do. We've got to work on the communication. Don't give directives like that. I am. How are you going to change that for me? See, now he has to do stuff for me. Right? When we talk about stressing men out, this is part of it. The stress comes with him having to solve the problem, which is, how do I answer this amazing woman who's beautiful? How can I prove myself to actually let her think that I can change it for her? Right? Yeah. So, is that helpful? Someone said, I'm selective. But you can't end it there. You did the conversation. Now you gotta give something back. I'm as selective as Harvard. Are you applying? And then he can say yes. And then you get to ask him about his credentials. Well, let me see the application. What you got? Right? Here's what I want you all to know. Because, honey, the other dating coaches on here, they can't do this. They can't do this. Why? Because I do it all day, every day. But secondly, there is something to be said, and this is something that you won't get on the internets. You're going to have to heal your internal so that you can feel safe enough to be light and to be playful and to not be defensive. And that's part of the work of the program. So that you have this levity, so you have this lightness and this flow, and you can be in your feminine and know that you're the most powerful being out here. So if you want to do that deeper work so that it could come naturally from you, book the call, get into the programs, because that's what we're doing. It's very important. This work is deeper than putting on red lipstick and a red dress and cosplaying femininity. Okay? I think it is very important for you all to understand this. Very important. Yeah? Nicole said, see you this fall. I'll see you then. Yeah. If you're ready for the program, great. If you're not ready for a variety of different reasons or needs, that's fine too. Right? I have an amazing podcast called the Get Your Guy Coaching Podcast where we talk down about all this stuff. Okay? Exactly. Someone said, see these men as high school boys. Keep it interesting. I always say, you know that nappy-headed nephew that you have, no shade? I don't let any of my nephews get away with nothing. And you shouldn't let these boys get away with anything either. Beautiful said, this is your niche market, Elmore. Help us. Girl, I'm helping. Girl, what I just gave you right now, people will pay good money for this. And like I said before, most of these dating coaches on here can't do this. They don't know how to do it. They don't live it. Yeah? Yeah. Okay. It's someone said it's a mindset shift. It's a mindset shift, but it's an identity shift. It's an identity shift. Okay? Very important. By Kianita said, no, this is priceless advice. Already you've helped me so much. Respectfully speaking, most of y'all have been given C responses, and we've got to get your grades up. And I hope in this tutoring session that we've helped you. Now this weekend, your challenge, your homework, because in my program I give homework every week. Your homework is to have 3 conversations with men and use one of these flirting or bantering responses. Can you do it? Someone said one more. No, girl, you got to get in my program if you want one more. Podcast name again. Get Your Guy Coaching. You should do group Zoom. I do group Zoom in my program. Someone said they're late to class. Demerit. Detention. What are the details of the podcast? It's on Spotify. It's also on Apple Podcasts. It's called Get Your Guy. Okay? And this live will be on my YouTube channel, Dating Coach Anwar, probably on Monday or Sunday night. Someone asked, even if they're ugly or broke, especially if they're ugly or broke. Here's the thing, y'all. You want to practice on those guys. If they're old and crusty, practice on them. It's all practice. So that you're ready for the main event. You're ready for the championship and the finals. So that when a hot guy comes to you, you're already well practiced and you already know what to do and say because you know how to. This is why I can come at you like this. Because I do this all day, every day. And I want you to be in the mode where you're doing it all day, every day as well. So that when your guy comes, you don't act like a freshman girl in high school talking to the senior varsity quarterback. Yeah? Someone said practice, then run away. Practice and then say, I gotta go. Someone said, can I summarize the homework? No. Someone said, I am a freshman. I love it. One of our sisters in here said, go to a veteran hospital for men with compensation and retired. Girl, stop. Stop. Lala said, practice on the ones I don't want. Brilliant. Exactly. Why is that important? It's important because this bantering, this flirt, it has to come from you. When you only save this for the guys that you think are hot, then you are centering men. And these men are dictating what you do, what you say, how you act, how you behave. And it's not coming from you. All of this has to come from you. Do you understand? If you're only withholding this for the hottest guy, for the tallest guy, for the most light-skinned guy, and 1, you won't be practiced, but 2, you're centering him already and you've already lost. You already lost. He already has control over you. Did I lie, Brianna, when I said the most light-skinned guy? Because some of us still go there. Someone asked me a question. Flawed Glam said that was good. Thank you. Michelle said, how old is too old to be in the program? We have ladies that are in their late 60s in the program. And they've gotten their guy, by the way. They in a relationship, by the way. So nothing is too old. Too old is when you're dead. No shade. And no shade, I might be able to help you in the afterlife, girl. No shade. Yes, honey. Getting the angels together, honey. Yes, love is for everyone. I want to say, I want to offer something because I think it's really important, and I've heard this a couple of times with some of my clients. They keep on saying, "Time is running out. I'm too old." No, time is running out or has run out if you're dead. You're not dead yet. You get to experience your life, your forever love when you're ready. And I'm saying this because, as someone who had to do significant and serious work, earlier in my life, 20 years ago, I was not ready. And I can say that now. My heart wasn't open. I thought I was better than everybody else, right? I had this like superiority, inferiority complex that also creates disconnection in your dating and your love life. I had to do the work. I had to do the work to be able to actually relate to other people. Very important. Girls, you're not running out of time. I do think it's very important for you to make sure that you center yourself in your healing work so that you are ready for the best relationship of your life when your person comes. Someone said, but you were better, right? No, I used my education and my career status as a defense mechanism to not actually deeply connect with other people. I wasn't better. I was the same. We're all equal in love. And the quicker that you all understand that, the quicker you will start to actually make deeper connections with other individuals. Yeah. Can't have that mentality in love and dating. If you keep on thinking that men are lame and losers and purrs, and one of my clients said it so well, I finally have humanized men. Once you're able to do that, then you can find the humanity within yourself, which is very important. Very important. Can't. If you think you're better than other people, then at some point in love, you're going to think that other people are better than you. It's not true. It's not true. Yeah. So, why was I doing this? I was doing this because I was in hyper productive mode and overcompensating because I felt like I had a lot to prove in my blackness, in my gayness, and maybe for you all it's in your womanhood. But also, what I needed to really address were my father wounds. And for many of you, it's actually probably going to be your mother wounds. But what I had to do was realize and actually come to terms with, because for many of you who don't know me, my father abandoned me and actually was very violent and abusive to me and my mother, and left the house when I was in 3rd grade. And so a lot of my thoughts and my opinions about men were centered around him. And I had to heal that. I had to make sure that that little boy that heard his dad and his mother arguing and fighting verbally and physically, that he felt safe. Because ultimately what was happening is I would think about all of those times where my mother and I had to pack up our stuff and leave the house in the middle of the night while he was working to get away from him. And so my foundational knowledge, my emotional connection to men was based in this trauma. I'm sharing this with you so that you understand that this work is deeper. This isn't, because a lot of us are not familiar with dating coaching work, but we go this deep, and you have to if you're going to really level up. Okay? Yeah. Your foundational knowledge bonding pattern from men is going to be based on your experience of the masculine energy. And for some of us, that masculine energy is very much rooted in our mothers. Some of us, it's our fathers. Either way, we're going to have to deprogram those bonding patterns and create new and different ones. Which means creating different neural pathways in your brain. And for us Black people, somatically within our bodies, because we hold everything in our bodies, Black people. That's why dancing comes very natural to us, because we've had to dance away our traumas for generation over generations. So when I'm telling you things like I want you to banter and I want you to flirt like this, it is because we're going to need to, oops, hold on one second. These objects is used for some protection. Okay. Honey, they needed to know I was a real person. But what I was saying is, somatic work is very important. Part of this work is rewiring your brain and your body. So part of this, when I'm asking you and I'm encouraging you to flirt, to banter, is because you're gonna need the physical evidence to do that and still know as a Black or brown woman that you're still safe. And once you establish that, you'll be able to do it like this all day, every day. That's what we're doing in this program. And by the way, I get it. When you are navigating micro and macro aggressions all day, every day, your nervous system is always going to be on high alert. Yeah? So, I hope that this is helpful for you as you start to maybe think about dating and healing and trauma and somatic work in a different way. Yeah? Very important. And if you're interested in doing some of this deeper work, definitely go and book a consultation call and we can see if it's a fit or not. Okay? Good. Good. All right, honey, mother needs to mother. Mother needs to mother. Alrighty? All right, loves, be well, and I will talk with you soon. Bye-bye.